Hey everybody, welcome back to another Who Are We episode. My name is Catrice Roots, the creator of this series, and today we're going to be talking about Claudette Colvin. Roll that intro. All right, so let's just get right into this. Born September 5th, 1939. So, she a Virgo, you know what I'm saying? We twinning over here. Anyways, born September 5th, 1939. Colvin was raised by her great aunt and uncle in rural Pine Level, Alabama, before moving to Montgomery at the age of 8. Now, she always kind of noticed racism, obviously, but it didn't really hit her until they moved to Montgomery, Alabama. What really sparked Colvin to not follow the status or the matrix of racial division during this time period is when her, like the racial division of like just being separate or, using this water fountain or sitting at the back of the bus, all that type of stuff. Anyways, what really made her not want to follow that matrix that everybody was living in at that time period was when her classmate that she went to Booker T. Washington High School with, Jeremiah Reeves, who was indicted in 1952 and later executed for allegedly raping a white woman. And you know how the law was back then. Anyways, this is what really made Claudette, because Claudette, she knew her friend was not that type of person. She knew how the law was working and stuff like that during that time in Alabama, being all racist and stuff. So in 1955, after Colvin learned about Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth, this really inspired her a few weeks later to join the NAACP Youth Council. And on top of that, she started rocking the natural hairdo as well, in defiance of the pressures to have it straightened, because everybody at that time was not rocking the natural as they are today. Like, she was one of the very, I would say, one of the very first black women that got attention from the media, somewhat got attention from the media to really make it popular. And she was doing it for a reason as well. Like, she had a whole meaning behind it, so that was good. And then on March 2nd, 1955, Colvin was arrested for refusing to give up her seat on the bus to accommodate a white woman. She was 15 years old when this happened, and she did it before Rosa Parks did it.
Whole thing, the whole month. So I said, that's why I said it felt like Harriet Tubman was pushing me down on one shoulder, and Sojourner Truth will push me down on the other shoulder. I was embraced spiritually by the struggle and the bravery of these two women. So I said they picked the wrong day to pick on me, the bus motorman.
And the only reason why she did not get as much notoriety as Rosa Parks did was because the NAACP was, they thought that she was too young to have to go through all the pressures of what the media was probably going to put on her and become even more of a target. They thought a grown, like an older woman would be better suited and emotionally stable. That's what they said, like she was. Anyways, let me just read it directly. It says, the only reason why people at that time did not consider using her as an example as justification for a citywide bus boycott is because they thought she was too young and emotional. Everybody's emotional about this. What?
History, the history of how we was treated had me glued to the seat, and I wasn't going to move that day. Nothing. I refused. They said, well, my God, you refused? I refused to walk off the bus. So two policemen, they manhandled and pulled me off the bus, put me in the patrolman car and handcuffed me.
Anyways, I'm emotional about this. I'm 22. Anyways, They thought she was too young and emotional to serve as the rallying figure for what was certain to be a turbulent movement. Like, you're never too young to be the face of any movement, like, or to progress a movement or whatever. If it's a movement that has especially affected you directly. Sorry. Some of y'all out here, man. Don't be trying to put down young people that got sense. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of young people that got more sense than older people out here. Anyways. But still, either way, the boycott still went on because, I mean, Rosa Parks and everybody and Claudette, all of them came together and continued to push the boycott eventually. But, man, they tried to use the excuse she was too young and too emotional. What? What? Oh, my gosh. Anyways. All right, so Colvin became a plaintiff in the Browder versus Gale, which was a federal lawsuit that challenged the constitutionality of Montgomery's segregation laws. It was Colvin and 3 other women. All 4 of them had similar experiences with segregation and racism and hate crimes and all that type of stuff. And so pretty much what they did was they went up into court, talked about their experiences, their terrible experiences on top of that. And it influenced the judge to rule in their favor. So, just gotta be real about it. Be real about it. Don't hold nothing back. And I don't think you can hold nothing back in the court of law anyways. I think you get arrested, but, still, don't hold nothing back. Just say exactly what your terrible experiences were. This judge had a soul, had a heart, and was like, okay, we're gonna rule in your favor, on all 4 of y'all favor, because hearing y'all experiences is about to make me cry, and I can't. Anyways, in 1990, Colvin was awarded the Martin Luther King Jr. Medal of Freedom. So her works did not go unknown during that time period, even though it took a while for her to be rewarded for her bravery at such a young age like that, and just not backing down and being just straightforward. In 2009, she was the subject of Philip Huss's Claudette Colvin Twice Toward Justice, which was a book, and it won the National Book Award. I'm so happy that more people are paying attention to her. And then in Montgomery, Alabama, March 2nd, is known for Claudette Colvin Day. So she has her own holiday. She went from her own people telling her, you're too young, you're too emotional to be the face of this movement and this and that. But she didn't let that stop her. It took a while, but she still got the recognition she deserved in the end. And, she still inspires many young people to stand up for what they believe in as well. And I just want to say shout out to Love Ease the Soul Forever True to Self YouTube page channel. Shout out to him for suggesting me to research Claudette Colvin and do a Who Are We episode on her, because I don't think I ever heard of her before this. But I did see her face when I was younger. Like when I started looking up videos of her, I did see her face, but I never knew what she did or anything of that nature. So shout out to his YouTube channel. Go and check him out. Love Ease the Soul Forever True to Self YouTube channel. And thank you again. And that is it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. I got 2 more episodes coming out this month. As you can tell, I'm kind of approaching my Who Are We episodes a little bit more in depth, using video footage and maybe SOTs, which is like sound on tape of them, of like the actual person talking, if I can find footage of them talking. Just trying to make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more documentary style. So hopefully we can keep it that way. I just want to make it a little bit more interesting. It takes a little bit longer to make this way, because you have to research this stuff and look through the videos, all that, but it's worth it because it makes the videos more interesting. Shout out to Claudette Colvin. She's still around, alive today, still getting her props as she should, and I just want to thank you for your bravery and for standing up for us, you know, and especially like you being as young as you were to stand up for us like that. That is amazing. Because a lot of us when we were 15 would be scared to death to do something like that. So thank you so much for your bravery, your kindness, your love for your people and humanity, and wanting to push society forward and having a forward way of thinking during an era where it was very backwards. Thank you. So I'll see you guys in the next episode, and yeah, shout out to Claudette Colvin.
What advice would you have for young people today who want to stand up for something that they believe in?
To do it. Stand it up if you have to stand up alone.